folks, Cody Blanchette here with the review of my Ruger Blackhawk Elite. According to the box, this puts out pellets at 1200 feet a second. It's made in China. Alright, it's a break action, which means to fire this, you have to break it apart right here. You're going to grab your barrel, pull it down underneath the stock here until the pressure releases, it clicks, and stays down. Alright, every time that you cock it, this is your safety right here, your safety resets. You have to press your safety forward before you can fire it. Alright, the price on this was right about $100, and I've had to do some alterations to it. The stock scope that was on it was junk. It would never hold a zero for me. I couldn't really get it to pattern up at all with the stock scope that they sent me on it. And it was pretty much just worthless. Okay folks, this here is what it looks like after you have it cocked all the way to the bottom. That's what I was referring to, pulling the barrel underneath of the stock in action. You will also notice that there is no iron sights on this firearm at all. None. Which I was a little disappointed about. The scope that I have on there now is this center point. It's the 3-9 by 32. It's a 22. Well, they recommend it for 22 rifles. I've had it on here for going on probably 10 or 11 months now. I haven't had any problems with this scope after I changed this scope out. It's worked beautifully for me. Another thing that I noticed that I didn't really like on this is the way this handle is designed right here. With this slant on it, it makes it so that your hand, when you apply pressure to the grip, your hand wants to slide down the grip. So I've done a stippling job, a custom stippling job on this. I'll see if I can get some quality picture of it. My focus isn't working quite right. I've also done the same thing to the fore end, stippled the fore end. I might do another like how-to on how to do stippling. It's my first stippling attempt right here. I thought it turned out very nice. I'm pretty pleased with it. This fore end, it was so slick, your hand would just slide right down it if you put too much pressure on it. The trigger, it has an adjustable length of pull, but not your weight. I believe it's set at 3 pounds. Don't hold me to that though. The trigger on it, very nice. I love the trigger on it. Very good trigger. Another thing that kind of surprised me about this rifle was the recoil of it. It has more of a recoil than my Ruger 1022. And I love my Ruger 1022, and that's actually the main reason I went with the Ruger Blackhawk Elite, was because a little bit of brand loyalty. I like the Ruger 1022s. It's worked splendidly for me. I've gone through 4 or 5 Ruger 1022s in my lifetime so far. If you all might be thinking about purchasing one of these, what I would do is I would take it all apart. You have 2 screws on either side of your action, here, And there's also another screw right in here. Take those 3 screws out, go get you some Loctite, and I would put Loctite on all the screws. And there's also another set of screws right here for your barrel. I would put the blue Loctite on all of those because I shot probably 250 rounds or 250 pellets out of it, and it got really loose, started throwing my groups everywhere. That was after I put this center point scope on it, and I went back through, tightened everything up, and I've gotten some pretty decent groups out of it. I'll let you take a look and see some of the groups that I've gotten with it here lately. Okay folks, here's a few of the groups that I've shot with it. This is probably my better target. This right here is a really nice one, another nice one, not so great, pretty decent. It seemed to depend on the ammo, but it also depends on a lot of different things with shooting this gun. I've noticed just even holding it slightly different or placing it in a slightly different position will change your point of impact. A couple of the other groups that I've shot with it. Overall, I'm very pleased with this rifle. I would have preferred it if I hadn't had to go spend another $60 on that center point scope. But for a cheap scope, the center points work great. I've had somebody mention to me before that the scopes aren't calibrated for the recoil of a pellet gun, and they're calibrated for the recoil of a .22 rifle. But like I said, I haven't had any problems with the center point the scope that I have on there now. So in recap, would I buy this again? Yeah, sure. I've been really happy with the results I've had from it. It's done exactly what I wanted it to. I've gotten a few squirrels, a couple rabbits with it. That's pretty much what I use it for, is punching holes in paper and hunting some critters. So if you've liked this review or found it helpful, hit like, subscribe, share it. Thank you all. Have a good evening. I hope this was helpful. Bye.